ChatGPT ads are here, and beginners are the ones who are going to win first. Now, let me explain. Most people think that Google's power comes from traffic. So 20 years ago, Google monetized that exact moment that someone raised their hand and said, I need this. Think about any time you've gone to their platform and searched for something that you need. That is called intent, search intent. And now that moment has moved since someone asks tools like ChatGPT a question that they're not researching, they're deciding. And OpenAI just proved that they understand that more than anybody else, and the value of that, because that moment is by far even more powerful than the way people use Google's intent searching. And so I just don't want this to be too late for anybody that is looking to work with small businesses, help them get started with running advertising and making money in the process, and people that are already running advertising for businesses like me. And so the people who get started with this early right now, because the playing field is completely leveled, are the ones who are going to win, because we all start at the same place. When these ads are live, we all start on day one. Everybody has to learn them all the same. And so what I want to cover in this video is exactly this, about these ads, how to win with them, where they are going, and what to do. And the reason that I am qualified to talk about this is I am currently collecting around $57,000 per month in Google ad or Facebook ad revenue. So 100% working from small businesses. This has nothing to do with my YouTube ad. You can see it says PPC retainer up here at the top. That's pay-per-click retainer. This is a screenshot from our ClickUp. This other section here is $34,000 per month from search engine optimization. I want to be clear that these numbers are all of the clients that I'm working with combined. So on monthly retainer for running ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, I'm making $57,000 a month. Search engine optimization, $34,000 a month. And I'm not saying that you're going to be able to push button, replicate these numbers overnight. I'm sharing these numbers with you because I want to qualify myself as somebody who is a trusted source and somebody that's actually doing this, running ads for small businesses like on Google. In fact, just the other day, we closed a $2,500 per month search engine marketing deal. You can see that in the bottom here. Search engine marketing is another term for running Google ads. And so this is the type of stuff that we're going to cover in this video. I'm going to share with you more on what the announcement is for ads in ChatGPT. I'm going to give you some examples that ChatGPT gave me themselves. And I'm actually going to show you how I am profiting from this and how you can follow suit. Now, if you like this topic of building an online business and getting AI subscription-based clients and potentially getting your start by running ads for businesses in ChatGPT, then I'd like to do something special for you and offer you my 4-part AI fast track training for free. It's free for a limited time, and this is a 4-part series where we spend even more time together. I give you tactics and strategies just like the ones I'm going to share with you in this video to go out there and get yourself maybe your first or your next paying customer using AI to grow their business and yours as well. The whole goal with AI is to make money and save more time, right? So you want to do this not only for yourself, but for other people. And so I show you how to do that in my 4-part training. I also give you 30 days free to the best AI software that I use to get clients and run my business and make my services super sticky. And by sticky, I mean, if they pay me a monthly retainer like I'm sharing with you here, I want them to pay me month over month. I don't want them to ever leave. And the way that I do that is I use a software to make it super sticky. And I'm going to share that with you in this video and give you 30 days free to it, which helps me run all of my paid ad campaigns. So I think you're going to want to pay attention to this. And so just be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and not required, but always appreciated, consider sharing this video with a friend who might want to get started with AI subscription clients and running ads in ChatGPT. And then just comment below, and I'll send you the 4-part fast track training, the 30-day software trial, and all the other bonuses I'm going to be sharing within this video, because I do have a prompt document just like this that I'm going to be going through while we go through this video. Okay, so this is kind of what we're going to be covering. We're going to talk about OpenAI and ChatGPT ads, examples of how they look. We're going to go through GPT ads versus Google ads because I think there's some distinction to be made there. Some are more valuable. One is more, there's pros and cons, right? And then I'm going to be sharing with you how I'll be locking into profit step by step, and again, the sticky software that I talked about. So let's talk about ads. And as I go through this, if you have any questions and you are watching this live, go ahead and put them in the chat. Let me know if you're already running ads for businesses, if you're running Google ads, Facebook ads, or if you're looking to just get started. Because look, this is announced 14 days ago. There are currently no ads in ChatGPT, but the fact that they are putting them in is happening. It's already been locked in. And so That is happening. They're already testing them out, and they're going to be showing them on their free plan. There's a free plan of ChatGPT, so if you're paying for ChatGPT and you have the Pro, then you can probably opt out of the ads. They are also announcing an $8 plan that they don't currently offer, so people can upgrade their ChatGPT account to an $8 account, and they're going to be seeing ads as well. Ads will be clearly labeled and shown separately from ChatGPT's responses, so it's always clear and what an ad is about. You can also hide ads, I guess. Can I control my ad experience? You can control your ad experience and decide whether you like your ads to be personalized so they'll be more relevant to you. Okay, so will there be a way to not see ads? We will always offer a way to not see ads in ChatGPT, including tiers that are ad-free. So I don't know what that really means, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. I think you can maybe like hide a specific ad, but not just turn off ads completely. So OpenAI is talking about, they want to be very aware of everyone's privacy. They don't want to give up any of your data. I don't know if everybody believes that or not. Let me know what you think in that in that context, because we all know that Facebook is run off of interest. Like when you go on Facebook and you like a business, or you show interest in a topic, or you click on an ad, or you say, I checked into this location, it automatically gives you in your profile interest in a certain topic. And when somebody like me goes onto one of these platforms to create an ad campaign, I can show all of my ads to an audience of people that are interested in all of these things. And the interests are very granular. Like they have categories for everything. Not only can you do age, location, if you like sports, if you like a specific sport, if you are, it's crazy. And they create their own categories. I mean, one of the categories that you can target right now in Facebook, which is laughable, is trendy moms. A trendy mom. I want to show my ad to a trendy mom. Now that's a category. I don't know if you're maybe you're selling jewelry or purses or whatever it is. It's just an interesting category, right? And so how do they put together that information? Well, they gather these metrics and data. Think about all the information that ChatGPT will have. People are going there right now to ask it for relationship advice, how to respond to messages from people, their bosses, their coworkers, people they're arguing with. All of that information is being collected. I don't know how they're saying they're not going to be sharing it, which is great, but they will be allowing you to use it, right? That's how they're going to be able to show their ads. And so this opportunity right now to show ads in ChatGPT is going to be insane. And I've been seeing some of these mock-ups of what the ads are going to look like. This one to me on the left, this is Google, right? Google Maps. We're all familiar with Google Maps here. This is Google Maps section. I saw this image being passed around the internet, and this actually looks a lot like Google Maps to me. I had never seen ChatGPT respond with these types of images. And I don't know if ChatGPT is going to have some sort of a local layer where you can actually have a listing, or they're going to pull up listings, or they're going to pull maybe your Google business listing, or you're going to allow you to claim your own within it. That would be really cool. But also you can see that they're going to be making recommendations and probably just adding little sponsored snippets throughout this. So this is an example of a possibility of this. Another thing that I just asked ChatGPT, I said, show me an example of what an ad might look like in ChatGPT's responses. It said, here's a realistic mock-up of how ads are expected to appear inside ChatGPT responses based on current testing patterns. Which, to have ChatGPT tell you exactly what they're going to, how they're going to present their advertising to you before it's released is very interesting, right? So here's an example. You do a search, how can I get more leads for my local roofing business? ChatGPT responds with an ad embedded. So here's their response, and then boom, there's a sponsored recommendation here right in this section. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because there's an ad here. Somebody searched, how can I get more leads for my local roofing business? And so if you are a marketing company, for example, and you want to help roofers get more business by running advertising for them, then you might want to show up in this response, right? Because this person is clearly saying, I'm a business owner and I'm looking to get more leads for my business. And if they're reading this information and you have an ad that says right here, and it says, I help roofers get more business online. Try a free 14-day trial. That could potentially be a moment where you could make some money as a business owner. So this is a nice little text insert that they showed us here, which I think is really interesting. I actually really like it. It doesn't have a lot of friction there. I also think, this is just a theory of mine, that see these sections on the left and right hand side here? I don't think right away they're going to be showing advertising there. But if you look at Google and you type into Google, Manta Ray Tour Kona, you just search for local searches in your area. Google didn't start out by saying we're going to put ads at the top of our page. Google didn't say that they're going to put ads like this here. And they didn't say that they were going to put ads in the map section, which we all know they do. Maybe not in this search right here that I have, but they do. And we've seen Google Ads play with putting ads on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side. What they're going to do is they're going to put them everywhere. They're going to put them everywhere and test them out and see which ones get the most clicks. That's the whole point. OpenAI is looking to monetize their platform. They recognize that they have so many people that are using it. They gather all this information on what people are interested in. Well, they could now start to allow people like you and me to show advertising in their platform for a fee. And I appreciate you guys putting in all the questions. I'm going to circle back and go through those questions with you. We're going to talk more about why these are so valuable to people, right? Because back to the example again that ChatGPT gave me, or let's actually come up with one together. So if you're going to go visit Hawaii, you're going to go on vacation, you're going to go to Google and you're going to type in like, what are the best activities that I can do when I go visit this space? And they're going to give you some results like this. And if you have your business showing up here at the top and you offer kayak tours, you're going to be able to hopefully get a good customer, right? Same with ChatGPT that you have here on the right. A lot of people actually go to ChatGPT and ask it to create them an itinerary for when they travel. And so if you can have ChatGPT recommending your kayak tour company in their recommendations of places to travel, or its own little placeholder spot below their recommendations, you could potentially get some of that interest. So that's valuable to you because those people could turn into paying customers. Now, people like me, as I said, we have people, we just closed this deal on the 23rd. This business is now paying us $2,500 per month to help them turn on their Google ads, right? Run their Google ads for them and show their ads, just like these ads here at the top. We just turn these ads on for them. Now, here's where this gets interesting if you're brand new. If you're brand new and you've never turned on an ad before in your life, guess what? I've never turned on a ChatGPT ad before in my life either. We are at the level playing field together. So everybody's going to have to get started at the same place. And it's nice to know that all the information will be available online on how to create these ads. So it'll be a matter of testing. And what I want, my whole goal for this video, and I wrote this down for you. Forget this little infographic, we're going to come back to it. But this is what I wanted you guys to know and be ready for. People are soon going to be asking you, can you help us show up in AI results? And your answer should be yes. Your answer should be yes, and you should mean it. And if they're not asking you, you should go out and ask them, how well or how high do you show up in AI results? Do you want me to help you with that? And if you think about how many business owners right now have never been asked that question, basically all of them, how big that opportunity is for you. And so if you're looking to start and grow an online business, the time has never been better than right now. There will be people that are going to be creating Google or OpenAI ad companies, and they're going to start day one that ads launch, and that could be you. You know, you could find somebody right now. If you went on social media and you started posting topics about OpenAI just recently making an announcement that they're going to be putting ads in ChatGPT, asking questions like, how high do you show up in, does your business show up in AI search results? I'm happy to help you with that. When ChatGPT ads launch, you could potentially get paid for that. Somebody says, what's the difference in getting a Google business page? The chatbot will search for that info anyway. That's a little off topic right now. I'll circle back to that. Let me go back to my slides here. So I showed you some examples of OpenAI and ChatGPT ads. I think this one is like an incredible example of like a local listing and where they could potentially put advertising there. I want to share with you something that's valuable on the way people search and this concept of how we monetize both these things, right? I shared with you that my company makes about $57,000 a month from running Google ads and Facebook ads for businesses. We also make $35-ish thousand per month from running search engine optimization campaigns, like helping businesses appear higher in Google search results. Now, I say this, I show you these two columns because there's going to be an additional column here. There already is. We're already optimized. So we already have a bunch of clients that are paying us to show up higher in Google overviews and AI responses. So like when people search ChatGPT, how do I get them to be recommended organically, not through paid? That process we're already getting paid for. And by the way, this is all stuff that we talk about in my community, the AI control room. If you're not a part of it, it's free. I have a link in the description of this video. We also discuss it in the 4-part AI fast track training, which is also free. Comment below and I'll send that over to you. So the 3 columns, right? AI SEO, regular Google SEO, and paid advertising. There's going to be this paid advertising campaign is now going to be including AI ads. And here's the difference of those things and why they're so valuable. I wanted to stack them up to you head to head. Paid advertising versus search. You can call it search advertising, search marketing, whatever you want. And a search is searching Google for a business, searching ChatGPT for a recommendation. To me, those are both searches. Now, here's why ads are awesome. Ads are killer because if you turn an ad campaign on, let's say you're a manta ray company and you're in Kona. If I search down here and you're nowhere to be found, like your business does not rank at all, like you're on page 10, you can turn on a campaign today and show up on page 1. So running an ad for that business allows them to leapfrog the line. You know, all these businesses that are on the first page have been here for 30 years. Not 30 years, that's a stretch, obviously. But they've been here for a long time. They have a lot of visitors. They have a lot of trust signals. They have a lot of backlinks. Well, how does a small guy compete with that? They turn on an ad campaign. And so an ad campaign allows you to show up on day 1. Now they have to pay to be there. But if they pay to be there and someone clicks on the ad and then they buy the product, hopefully they make a profit. And they take a portion of that profit and pay it to the ads and they keep the rest. And that's how they grow their business. So running ads is super awesome because you get to shortcut the line and you get to show up on page 1 on day 1. Now, search, showing up in the search results here, not in the page section or even in, recommendations in ChatGPT. If you do a search here, it takes time for your business to actually show up. There's a lot of work that's involved in helping a business show up in Google search. Now, they're both very valuable because you don't have to pay to be here, right? If your business just shows up and you're in the top, then you probably don't need to run paid ads as much as somebody else, unless you're a very healthy business and you want to do both, which is what we do recommend. Like we recommend you do a little bit of Google organic, a little bit of paid ad, and you run a retargeting campaign on social media. And now the same thing is going to be with AI ads, right? If a lot of the search traffic is heading over to AI search, and now Google's search traffic is going down, while ChatGPT traffic is going up, what do we want to do? We want to continue to capitalize on that traffic. So we're going to show ads here, and we're going to get paid in the process as somebody that knows how to do that, or will know how to do that, because we're going to all be on day 1 figuring out how to do that together, right? So again, people will ask you soon, can you help us show up in AI search results? Or you should be asking, do you show up in AI? Does your business? These are the 2 magic questions, in my opinion. And the more you get comfortable opening conversations with these questions, the better. Someone says, this is big. Where do I sign up? There's a link in the description of the video for my 4-part AI fast track training. For my people that are live, I'm going to put a link in the chat right now for you guys while we continue to go through this stuff. What's up, Muniz, Morpheus, Sammy, Geriatric Mom Life, Keith Roberts, 1515. I see you guys all. I appreciate you all being here. So let's jump back to our slides real quick. I've shared with you how the ChatGPT ads are looking, some examples that we're seeing. Google and ChatGPT are going to be massively competing for the paid click. And so right now is the time for all of us to get our act together and set ourselves up so we can get some clients in this process, right? For people that are just tuning in, we're talking about running paid ads, turning on paid advertising for small businesses. I shared this invoice that I got last week for $2,500 per month. This is to a scuba company. So a scuba company in Hawaii, they want to turn on some paid advertising in Google. And I don't know if you guys know this, if you've never turned on a Google ad before in your life, Google Gemini just rolled out a new feature that's called guided learning. So if you go to Gemini, which is free, you can go there and you can create a new search, right? And I can just say, how do I turn on a Google ad? And this thing is literally, it's like your own perfect guided mentor, right? Guided learning, I hit search and boom. It's going to tell you exactly how to do this step by step. Not only that though, it's going to, if you have questions, you put the questions in and it's going to tailor the responses. So if there's a section that you need to go deep on, it's going to go through that with you and make sure that as long as you communicate with it, that you're going to understand it. And so, here are the 3 ways we can dive in. If you're setting up ads for the first time, you have a paused ad and you want to start it. Maybe you have a stuck ad and we want to fix it. I mean, this little tool here, if nothing else, and you're on this video and you have not heard of the guided learning feature that Google Gemini just rolled out, is a huge, massive unlock, especially if you consider the fact that it's free, especially if you consider the fact that these are the platforms, Google, that we are monetizing heavily by helping small businesses in our area show up either organically or through paid search, just like with OpenAI, showing them show up organically, helping them show up organically when people ask questions or looking for a recommendation, and now with ads in ChatGPT. So somebody says, Bone Circuit, small businesses with any acumen know that ads in Google are lost in the void. The AI at the top has eaten that lunch. So I do agree with you. The AI overviews. So when people search in Google, AI overview, Google, it's going to give you exactly that, right? This is an AI overview. So now it's the first thing at the top of the page rather than the ads that you might have seen at the top of the page. So I don't think the AI overviews will always be in this position. Google likes to move things around the real estate. They like to test where things get the most clicks. But I would agree. The AI overview is taking search traffic away from all the other stuff down here. People down here, people ranking their videos, people ranking their website in the organic top 10, people ranking in the map pack. And this is what's happening is people are making searches and they are no longer clicking. It's called a zero-click answer. They're coming here and they're getting the results right here, which, yes, takes away the traffic from your business if you were previously here. And so talking about this to a business owner, hey, are you guys showing up in Google's AI overviews? If they say no, you can say, I can totally help you with that, right? And just like I said, go to Google Gemini. If you don't know how to help a business show up higher in Google AI overviews, go to Gemini, type in how do I make my business show up in Google AI overviews, and type in guided learning. Hit guided learning, and it'll tell you exactly how to do that. And this is a huge hack. This is actually something that I shared on my last video the other day on my channel. I tested Madness AI, and if I go to the live stream, Google Maps, we talked about this in my Google Maps video yesterday, where Google didn't used to make this information public. Like, they didn't want you to know how to rank your website at the top of their search, effectively game their search results or their algorithm. But now this Gemini guided learning feature, they're actually telling you all of the things that you need to do to show up better in visibility. So I said, how do I make my business show up in Google AI overviews? And it just said, here's the citation model, part of what Google calls search generative response, pulls from websites that already rank well in organic search, usually the top 10 results. If you're not there, then focus on that. So again, search engine optimization is a foundational piece in showing up in AI overviews, which is why people still need to hire people like us for it or pay people like you for it. And then there's all these other things that it tells you that you can do. So if you are brand new, this is what you need to learn, right? This is the business model. If you sit here and you go deep 10 hours learning this stuff, practice on your own website. If you don't have a website, take my 30-day free high trial of HighLevel. You can build a website like this just in a few clicks. This is HighLevel. Practice on your own website. And when you learn your chops, you can sell that, right? You can provide that value to businesses for a fee. And that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. So let me jump back over my slides here. Now, I want to talk to you about the sticky software that I use to run my Google ad campaigns, right? Because as I said, we have probably, this is like our active client list. We have probably, 30 clients. This is the column for Google ad retainers that we have. People pay us $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $750 a month to run their advertising campaigns. And when you sell a monthly subscription service like this, you want people to continue to work with you month over month, right? Like if they pay you $1,000 a month, the whole goal is to get people to work with you each month. Well, how do you do that? You have to keep delivering results each month. If they're paying you every month and you're not delivering the results, then you're probably not going to get paid the next month. And so one of the ways that we do this, and I'm going to tie this all in for paid advertising for you guys, is we use tools like Go HighLevel, who help us create lists, phone numbers that we can track calls and send emails with. So whenever we turn on an ad campaign for any business, what we do is we come to this tool called HighLevel. This is essentially my tool belt of all the tools that I have within my company that I use to get clients and run my business and keep our retention up. And I can rebrand it to my own company name, right? In the settings section, you can go to the phone system and you can come here and you can buy a phone number for $1. $1 in any area code. $1.15. Sorry, I misspoke. And so why is this super valuable? If you buy a phone number, like let's say you get a business that you want to work with. You buy a phone number for $1 here in HighLevel, and anytime somebody calls that phone number, they immediately get added to the contact database. Their phone number gets added here. And so you can now build that list. You can call them back, you can SMS them, you can do things regularly, right? The money is in the list, the value is in the list. So That's one piece of it, right? So we have, like I said, 50 clients that we're running ads for. And what we do is we use this tool to create like a phone number and a contact form, like a lead form. So you go to forms, you can build these forms, you can build these contact forms, and you can put them on business websites. And so if we're creating ChatGPT ads, if we're creating Google ads, and we're sending traffic to a website that has this form and a phone number that we created, then we know at the end of the month how many people called that phone number and how many people submitted that form asking for a quote. And at the end of the month, we can say, hey, you paid us $1,000 a month and we got you 36 phone calls and 26 form fills. And that is why you should pay us next month. And so that's the business model, right? We use this thing and it does plenty of other things, right? You can build websites, you can build funnels, you can put the forms on the funnels, you can put the forms on the websites, you can put the phone numbers there. You can automate the contacts and emails that go to those form fills or those phone calls. All of that's automated in here. And then the best part about all this is you can sell additional things to all those people once they come into your system. Like you can sell them a voice AI agent, or you can sell them ongoing social media marketing. And so I'm giving you guys 30 days free to this tool in the AI Fast Track training. And if you guys are showing up live and you want the direct link to this 30 days free, I will put that in the chat for you. And having 30 days free plus my 4-part fast track training, follow along in that 4-part training will allow you to hopefully get your first or your next customer that you could either A, sell Google ads to, search engine optimization to, OpenAI ads when they roll out, or I have about 4 other foot in the door client getting tactics that you can use today to hopefully get your first or your next client. And I also have a community, you guys. If you this is a free community that you can join at any point. Somebody says in the chat, no offense, but are there people making money following this guy's advice? Which is funny because he's probably somebody I've never worked with before. I have this guy a week ago. I just started this community. A week ago, he's talking about getting his first client, $150 for posting 2 times per week. He uses ChatGPT to create the posts in the social planner. I've got plenty of videos on this stuff. But beyond that, I have over 3,000 documented success stories. The last group that I created and was a part of has tracked over $4 million in revenue by our clients following the tactics and strategies that I share. So you can go ahead and look me up. Like I have a real credible business, like making content and being on YouTube. Like this is like my other company. My real company is Mina Marketing. You can see it here. We were actually recently recognized as the 2nd fastest growing company in Hawaii because we use AI to grow our business, save more time, save more money, create and continue to make ourselves more efficient and more profitable. So if you guys have any questions on anything that I shared so far, let me know in the chat. I'm going to take a look here and see how many people are actually live on this stream. It's funny because this topic of running running OpenAI ads is probably one of the most valuable topics out there in the world of AI, but not really anybody's talking about it. Like the other day when this announcement came out, people started sharing about it on social media, but I don't think people realize how big this actually is. Somebody said the link to the fast track is not working. I'm not sure what link you're talking about. It's working for me. I put it in the chat. Somebody says, hey Nick, if I sell someone and get stuck, will I be able to get in to contact you with help? Yes, 100%. So the AI control room is a free group. I'll put a link in the description for anybody that's tuning in live. This is a free group. It's a strategy group. You can join it at any time. It's free. I'm in here regularly answering questions, sharing strategies, and I actually am about to go live with weekly training calls that are going to be directly done in this group. So we're going to all be going over stuff that we talk about on this YouTube channel and what's going on within Mina Marketing, my company. Somebody says it's not over at all. Run your own LLM. Yeah, I mean, you can run your own model on your computer. That's great. Somebody says just did some testing and it looks like ChatGPT is currently pulling from Google listings and has a pop off of that listing. Yeah, they are. I mean, of course they're pulling information from Google. So you want to sell Google optimization packages, and that's like one tier. An additional tier is, well, now we can sell an AI visibility package. And the other day, I actually did a video exactly on Google Maps and using AI agents, how to audit and get your foot in the door and get people to pay you for actual Google search engine optimization. So that's on my channel too. Streamed yesterday in the live section. Somebody says, so imagine that you can boost your listing via paid ads. Yes, that's exactly what people are already doing in Google and Facebook. You guys, who here has gotten themselves a client, or how many clients do you actually have? Morpheus, I appreciate you saying that was a good video on the maps. Also, if you have yet to get a client, What is holding you back? What do you feel like you're struggling with? I'm going to spend a few minutes here with you guys answering some questions because I do want to continue to give value each time I go live directly with you guys. Somebody says, I've been following for a while. I feel like this is all for me, but I want to ask, can this work from Nigeria? Man, I have somebody from Nigeria. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I took a screenshot the other day. I have somebody from Nigeria that just posted in my Facebook group about getting a client using one of these tactics. I'm going to find it for you in a second. Somebody said, I followed your prompt for Manus AI to get leads. Does the prompt change because of the ChatGPT ads now? No, not necessarily. I have a lot of Manus prompts. I have a lot of Manus prompts that help to get leads too. Maybe you want to add in there like something along the lines, depending on which one you have, something along the lines of, I'm looking to get customers that I can sell ChatGPT ads to. And you can see how it maybe helps you to, parse those people out or target them by interest. Somebody says, 0, struggling with selling them and what to charge. What are you charging right now? Look, here's somebody in my Facebook group. This was last month. Bem, is anyone else crushing it with the Pomeli AI strategy Nick shared on YouTube? I just sent out my first outreach email and the response was almost instant. I have a prospect ready to talk next steps. I'm looking to onboard them, the 30-day trial. Any advice on setting up sub-accounts for clients? I'm from Nigeria. So if you are out of the United States and you are looking to get clients in the United States, I recommend you follow one of the tactics in the 4-part AI fast track training that I give you here. It's free, obviously, but these tactics, they're all foot in the door strategies. What is a foot in the door strategy? A foot in the door strategy is designed to be like a super guerrilla tactic for somebody that doesn't have a portfolio. You don't have credibility. You're not an authority in the space. You've never written a book. You've never spoke on stage. You're just a regular old person and you're trying to go out there and get a small business to pay you for some sort of value add that you can help them with online, like building a website, showing up higher in Google, turning on some ads, setting up a Facebook page. So if you are outside of the US and you want to get customers in the US, you have to add value up front in order to get customers. You have to be more creative because the reality is people in the US are going to probably prefer to work with somebody that is a native English speaker right next to them, unless you're the guy that says, hey, you know what? I'm going to do 1 month for free for you to get started so that I can show you how good I can do. And when you see the results come pouring in, then you're going to want to continue to work with me. Is that a good deal? If you do that, then you will be in the category of potentially being able to work with people. What you can't do is what the people in the US are doing, which is reaching out to people and say, hey, I offer this for $1,000. You have to use some sort of foot in the door strategy to be successful. And if you are in the US and you are using these foot in the door strategies that I give you, 4 of them, they're called money magnets. If you're in the US and you use them, then obviously you're going to have like a crazy edge on everybody else. Somebody says, can I make a website directory with Go HighLevel? Yes, I have a special link to a software tool that I built with a business partner. I'll put a link in the chat for you. There's a 30-day trial to it, to a directory tool that you can build right on HighLevel. It's right here. 30-day trial to that. Somebody says $500 websites and $500 to $5,000 for biz optimization ads. Nice. Are you using HighLevel's, are you building the websites right here in HighLevel's website feature? So if you go to the website section, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can build a website. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to like be a website developer or a website expert, but they have an AI feature where you can just tell it what kind of website you want to build and what it's about, and it'll build you a brand new website with their AI. In addition to that, you can just use one of their, 10,000 templates. So if I just go to the template section and I go to templates, they have templates, website templates in almost any industry: home services, insurance, legal, marketing agency, medical. Like if you don't have your own website, just come here and look at this one. This looks pretty sick. If I wanted this website right here, that's super dope. Look at that little robot. So like, let's say you don't know how to build a website. What if you just click this button? Boom, your website's built. You don't have to code anything. You can drag and drop. You can import and change images. You can change the text right there. The way to do these things is so much easier today than it ever was before. And remember, I'm giving you 30 days free of this tool in my fast track training in HighLevel. So here's that website. It's live. Look, there's already a URL, a domain. You can click on it. Website is live. I think that took 2 minutes to build this website, which is way better than any website you or I could ever build. And I could just change all this text for my own name. I could have ChatGPT rewrite it for me. I have a liquidation method where I show you guys how to launch these types of websites to get clients in the 4-part fast track training, because you can launch them in a couple of clicks. Somebody said, Nick, I need my first client. I can use HighLevel. I just need someone to pay me. Yeah, well, a risk. How many people have you reached out to today that would potentially pay you for your services? And when you start to get granular on your prospecting and you stay consistent on what it takes to actually get somebody in the door, then you have a much higher probability of bringing somebody in. Somebody says, I want to sell my materials in America. You should take the 4-part training. So can I show you how to do those foot in the door tactics like these guys that, this guy that I shared in Nigeria was on one of my YouTube videos. He got a yes on his first outreach email he sent. Somebody says, I offer AI tools as a white label. How would I be able to add this to my stack? Are you talking about ChatGPT ads? Somebody says, okay, so the 4-part fast track training, you guys, is free. Okay, it's free. There is a VIP upgrade. So if you join the fast track training, it will offer you a VIP upgrade, which is $27. If you don't want that, you can just hit the X on the screen and take the 4-part fast track training for free. It gives you everything you need. I still give you 30 days free to HighLevel. I still give you a bootcamp call with HighLevel people to get kicked off. I still give you the 4-part training. The VIP experience is for people that have hit me up asking for more training. So I give them 4 additional videos. There's more templates. It's just people that are like super serious action takers that want to go a little faster. $27. You can say no. You still get everything you need in the free training. Someone says, I would like the free training for your daughter and myself. Here you go. I'll put the link in the chat again for you guys that are tuning live. Let's keep the questions going, you guys. What's holding you back from actually getting started? Are you excited for these ChatGPT ads? Are you going to be one of the people that right now are setting yourselves up for success, and the day that these things come out, you're like, yeah, let's go. I already have 3 people that I told that I'll be helping. Somebody says you have to go all the way to the bottom and select that you do not want to use a VIP. Thank you for sharing that. Paid ads, content is not king anymore. Now it is context. So it's changing. I do think content is important. Context is now equally important, if not more important. But if you ask Google in their guided learning section how to show up in AI overviews, there is a lot still, about content. It looks for answer-ready content. So having structured content on the website, question-based headings, changing your titles to support questions that people are having rather than just answers. Like for me, for example, like on my website. Let's look at my website. Search engine optimization, Maui. We have an article on our site. Maui SEO services that grow your business, turn clicks into paying customers. We specialize in boosting your rankings on search engines and getting your business in front of customers. So let's see. Here's why you need expert services on Maui to grow your business, how it works. So people that are searching for, Maui search engine optimization are maybe asking how it actually works. How does it work? How does search engine optimization for a Maui-based business work? So that this headline here could tie into that. We also, hopefully, show the benefits. We show our strategy. Here's how we approach every campaign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step process. We have success stories. We have results. We have testimonials. We have FAQs. So when people have multiple questions about this, FAQ pages are a huge piece of showing up in AI overviews like Gemini, like this. Somebody says, I don't know how to pay you in USD. Can I send you money via I don't know. Those are the checkouts that I have there if you want the VIP experience. Somebody says, I can optimize your business. I will make you a website and do all your Google ads. I appreciate that. See, the problem with that is I'm not somebody in the market for somebody to help me with my business. I already have a website. I already have a specialist. I have a team of specialists that run Google ads all the time. What you need to do, Arisk, is find people that are in the market. Somebody who doesn't have a website, who needs a website. Somebody who is not running Google ads, who needs to run Google ads. And I have plenty of videos talking about how to do that. And of course, the fast track training goes deeper into that. Somebody says, I need some confidence. I'm determined to get my own business off the ground, and then someone at work knocks my confidence. I'm done again for a few days. What is wrong with some people? I don't know, Carrie, but look, you should join the community. This is free. AI Control Room. We're here to support you. If you have questions, you can share with them here. I know, when I was getting started, a lot of people, when I would talk to them about what I'm doing, they're like, what are you doing online? And blah, 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 blah. And people would kind of make fun of it. And I think I probably would have been a lot more successful sooner if I would have just not gave a shit about what they thought and just went ahead and done it. And what I mean by that is when I look back on my journey, Now I have multiple 7-figure businesses. I've accomplished kind of a lot. I've been doing this for 10 years. I have a lot of success stories of people that have followed my trainings. And when I look back at all that stuff, I think that one of the things that slowed down my progress was being afraid to tell people what I was doing at an early stage, because I was afraid of how people would think that I look when I just start this brand new thing. You kind of never want people to see you, and this might be weird, maybe this is just me. Let me know if you guys can relate to this. You want people to see you crushing it. When you start something on day one, it doesn't really look like you're crushing it. It looks like you're just like doing some weird shit. So I waited till I was crushing it to actually start talking about what I was doing. And that was too late. I should have just gone out there and started doing it. And then that would allow my growth to like happen a lot sooner. Somebody says, what is the difference between the high-level freebie and a 2K plus some are charging? What do you mean difference between the high-level freebie and 2K plus somebody charging? Some people are charging $2,000 for high-level. High-level is like $99 a month for this tool. And I give you 30 days free to high-level, unless you want to pay for an annual membership right up front. Adam says, thank you, Nick. Booked my first client last week. So somebody said, man, you guys, this stream is getting pretty fiery. Look at this live. Somebody in the beginning of the stream was like, has anybody made any money with this stuff this guy talks about? Adam is here. Adam, appreciate you being an action taker. He says that he booked his first client last week after going through the fast track, making a website for a local cinematic studio. They were so grateful to see this happen. So it sounds like, Adam, you followed the strategy. You led with value in advance. Maybe you created the website up front. You used my liquidation method and potentially brought these people in. I love to see that. So what's the next logical step? Let's sell them, now that you have your foot in the door, let's sell them some sort of subscription-based service. Let's get you some monthly recurring income. Maybe they need some social media posting that you can automate with HighLevel in their social planner section. So, that's like my key for you guys, to get you some monthly subscription clients. And, the ChatGPT ads are obviously going to be one of them. Somebody says, I joined the community, I signed up to HighLevel and have the fast track. I just need less idiots in my life. Yeah. When I started my business, you guys, I had to kind of like detach from everybody I knew. Like, look, at the end of the day, I'm from Hawaii. Most of the people here are retired. Most people that grow up here, they just like to smoke weed and surf all day. They act like they're retired from day one. Nobody wants to work. I was that way. When I actually started building this business, I was probably 27, and I wasn't winning at life, to say the least. I was probably losing, and I wish that I had cut off all like the toxic people around me sooner. But I go through seasons where so number one, I cut out all the toxic people around me. Period. Like I already did that, and then now in this season I'm in now, I have a lot of people around me, but I also have a lot of people around me that maybe are not that productive for what I'm doing, whether it's family based or interest based, hobby based, or professionally. And you have to get good at just saying no, cutting people out, being protective of your time. You want to become a business owner and you want to make this really work, you have to be a little bit selfish. That's just the reality of it. Somebody says, thanks for not being a scammer. I appreciate you. Usman says, to be honest, you are in the website building SEO space. You're in the YouTube influencer online course business guru space. What? Usman, you are not in the website building. Have you seen have you gone to my business, minomarketing.com? We've got over 60, 70 Google reviews from businesses that we run their advertising for on a freaking daily, monthly basis. It's a separate company, dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. My online education software info affiliate business is totally separate than Mino Marketing. This is I can open up my Square account and I'll do that with you guys right now. So we use Square to submit our initial invoices to businesses. And the reason we use Square, even though there's a fee, is because people trust it. They've seen it, it looks good. Their invoicing feature is also really nice. And I've just used it for a very long time. To be honest, HighLevel has an invoicing feature, right? You can go here and there's a payment section right here and you can send invoices and they look great. It integrates with Stripe. We should probably stop using it, or we should probably start using it. And I'm putting in my 2-factor authentication for you guys right now. So just stick with me for a second here, because I want to here's the reality. I freaking hate fake gurus. What is a fake guru? It's somebody out there that's teaching people how to do things that they're not even doing. They've never done. Maybe somebody else did. They're rehashing somebody's information. That is like, I freaking want to throw rocks at those guys. That is my whole life's mission, to be the anti-fake guru. Like, I have always led and taught by what I'm doing. So if I go to my Square account and I filter out over last month, you can see I've collected $49,000 of new business for Mina Marketing right here at the top of the screen. That has nothing to do with my coaching, my software, my YouTube ad revenue. It is 1,000% from working with small businesses. So I don't know. I like when people ask me that question, or when they talk shit and they're like, hey, you're selling courses. Yeah, I do have courses and training, but I also have a very systemized company called Mina Marketing, where I have a freaking awesome team. You can come here, you can go to the About page, you can meet our team. And this company has an incredible culture. The people that run it and drive it are amazing. I am not involved in the day-to-day. This company is almost 10 years old at this point. I have systemized it so well that we have a sales department. We're regularly closing deals and getting clients, following the tactics and strategies that I share with you guys. We have a customer success department, which is responsible for maintaining 98% monthly retention month over month, keeping our clients paying us every single month, which is why I share with you guys how to retain your clients, why I share with you how we are using Go HighLevel to run all of our campaigns for our paid advertising. It helps make our products and services sticky so they never leave, because every single month we can show them the ROI, how many clicks, how many phone calls, how many form submissions. That all runs through HighLevel. So we have the customer success department, we have the production department, we have the specialists that turn on our Google ads, run our Google ads, search engine optimization. So, all that stuff out of this company is where I get my content and information that I teach in the AI control room, that I teach on YouTube, that I put in my courses, that I put in my coaching. And so I like when people, they just hop on and they don't know me and they think that like there's some sort of like mix, like the numbers that I share and the things that I do are based off of selling courses. I'm probably one of the few guys out there that don't do that. If I showed you the numbers that I made off of course creation and software and all that shit, to be honest, you wouldn't even believe it. It wouldn't even be believable. I have to show you the individual invoices from people that we close deals with, because these numbers are more realistic for the average person. But if I told you I made $2 million last year from selling software and education, you wouldn't even resonate with that. That would be so over your freaking head. You'd be like, yeah, that's a lie. Somebody said, all the make money people online always make their money by selling their courses, not the actual methods they promote. It's common sense. And I'm telling you garbage that is not accurate for me. I've just shown you. What other questions do you guys have? I'm here right now to not only dispel the hate from Garbage 315, but also help you guys. If you have any questions on anything that I shared with you, I just went kind of deep on the departments of the company, specialists, customer success, project management, sales, using HighLevel as our software. Remember, I'm giving you the 4-part AI fast track training for free. Just comment below. Link is in the description. Somebody says, numbers are legit. You are not understanding what I'm saying. Being a public figure on YouTube opens doors for your attention is real. Dude, you want to know something? I did YouTube I started probably 5 years ago, right? I did it for 2 years, maybe even 3. And I got 10,000 subscribers in that 3-year span. I stopped doing YouTube for 2 years. I picked up YouTube last year. Last year I picked up YouTube and went from 10,000 subscribers to where I'm at right now. So you're saying YouTube has opened all the doors and opportunities for me? I've only started doing YouTube successfully last year. It hasn't really done shit for me, if I'm being completely honest. If you look at my social blade and you look me up, you'll see that all my growth has literally come within the last year. Some people are just so caught up like in this mindset of like, this is never going to work for me. Look at this. I started all the way back here, 2023. No, that's not accurate. Way further. I started my YouTube during COVID. So 2019, right? But you can see I didn't have shit for growth in 2023, 2024. It was all last year is when I blew up. Yes, it's recorded. Somebody said I found you 5 days ago. I just found client lawyers in Bellevue, Washington, because there's a website. Perfect. Bellevue is a great place to prospect. I've driven through there a number of times. Somebody says, when I join your course, can I use AI Call Agent for 30 days free? Yes, you get 30 days free to HighLevel, and you have the AI agent section right here where you can set up voice agents, conversation bots, knowledge bases, all those things, conversation AIs. You can hook them up to phone numbers for $1. You can buy phone numbers in basically any state and area code. Phone number section. Somebody's asking if we can build AI voice. Don't show us live and let us copy you to make something. So this is the phone number section. You can buy a phone number right here. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do a voice AI agent live together. Okay. Who wants to do that? Give me some yeses in the chat. Give me some let's do a voice AI agent live. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Consider sharing this video with a friend. Yeah, I did go negative April. Why did I go negative in April? That's weird. I wasn't posting any content. How effective is cold emailing? So cold emailing is effective, but you know what's more effective than cold emailing? Making a phone call, sending an email, sending a text message, and commenting on somebody's post. If you do all those things, it's much more effective. But let me give you the hierarchy. The most effective way to bring in a customer, you guys, is walking into their freaking business and saying, hey, my name's Nick. And the reason that that is the most effective is because there's so much trust. I can see you, I can shake your hand, I can have a conversation. If I have objections, you can overcome those things. Not everybody can do that. The next most successful way to get a customer is probably over a Zoom call with a video. And that is because now you have the audio, now you can see the person. It's very similar, not the same, than going in person. The next most successful way to bring somebody in is over the phone with just voice. And it's because you have the voice, you can handle the objections, you can give them a script, you can do all those things. So this is the hierarchy, right? If you go in person, best, strongest way to close. Zoom, next. Phone, next. Email, next. Text message, next. It goes down the list. The trust goes down the list with these different modalities. Now, if you can do the first one, great. Not everybody can do that. Some people have to close over the phone. Some people have to close over Zoom. And all the things work. Some of them just have a higher conversion rate. I have somebody on my team that's closing just over the phone. I have somebody on my team that's closing just over Zoom. I had a freaking 16-year-old kid managing my Instagram account during COVID, and he was closing during text. So all the things work. If you combine the things together, they work even better. And then just go down the list on the one that is the most trustworthy for you. So let's tie this into, because you guys are asking about a voice AI. And I want to tie the voice AI into this valuable, I'm actually really excited about this. We're going to do this together. I didn't even think that we were going to do this, but this is going to be sick. And I'm going to go back to your questions in a second. How many people are in this live stream right now too, by the way, because I think I'm about to just destroy it, giving you some value here. Okay, so we talked about ChatGPT ads going live, right? Here's an example on the left, Google Ads, Google Maps. Similar, ChatGPT, having this little map pack, potentially having a little sponsored section here. I showed you directly from ChatGPT of like, show me an example of what an ad might look like in your responses. And it says, here you go. Here's a mock-up example of me, somebody asking a question, and then they give you a sponsored recommendation right there within their ads. So let's talk about building a voice agent, because let's say your ad is right here, or you have somebody you're running an ad for is right here. 14-day free trial. Can we put our phone number here? Can we put our link here? If I look at this example here, if somebody goes to this business and they call this number, they have to have a physical person picking up the phone and saying, hey, welcome to this tobacco kitchen and cocktails. How can I help you? The value of having a voice AI agent inbound as a receptionist is that you don't have to have a person doing it. And if you use HighLevel's AI agent feature, it's very easy to do. You can create a phone number right here. This is HighLevel. I'm giving you 30 days free. You can rebrand it to your own company name if you want. So this one is called Mind of Marketing. It's my software suite of tools. There's plenty of tools in here, but we're going to go over the voice AI agent together right now, you guys. So the first step for a voice AI is to buy a number, okay? You go here, you add a phone number. You can buy a number in any state, which this feature here in HighLevel, by the way, you guys, I'm going to put the link for you right now in the chat for people that are wanting to directly sign up for HighLevel through me to get my 30-day link. And I'm going to even do one thing better for you. If you use the link in the chat I'm giving you, you get 30 days for free of HighLevel, and you also get a live boot camp with a success coach to help you get your business started. I just put that link in the chat, okay? So if at any point while I go through this, you think there's enough value in there to try it for 30 days for free and use my 4-part training to help you go out and get a customer, go ahead and do that. So one of the great things about HighLevel here with buying phone numbers, I don't know if you guys have experienced this before, but I live in Hawaii, and to buy a phone number with 808 prefix is like, it's so hard. You can't, I couldn't find anywhere that offered them. And so I had to have 2 cell phones for a long time running my company. And I had to carry around 2 cell phones that felt like a jackass. And then I found HighLevel, and I found out you can buy 808 numbers, filter, you just have to filter out, search by digits or phrases, apply. You can buy 808 numbers directly in HighLevel. United States, filter, any part of number, here, first part of number, apply. Crazy, right? Nanakuli, Hilo, Lanai, Kaunakakai. For people that aren't from Hawaii, say those words fast. So it all starts, voice AI agent. Let's say you want to run an ad campaign for somebody in Google, on Facebook, in ChatGPT. You want to have your ad showing there. And if you want people to call the phone number and click and call that business, but you want a voice AI agent to call, you need a number to direct them to hook the voice AI agent up. So you buy the number, it's $1. Then you go over to the AI agent section. Now you have these voice AI pieces and a conversation AI. So a voice AI is something that you can hook up to a phone number. A conversation AI is one that you can hook up to a chat widget. So same way, in HighLevel, you have this ability to create chat widgets that look just like this. You can create a chat widget that is hooked up to an AI bot to answer all the specific questions about your business or your client's business or anything like that, okay? So we're going to start out by talking about the voice AI agent. Create your first voice AI agent. The first step, getting the phone number. The second step, I already know this, is building a knowledge base to hook up to the AI agent. So what is a knowledge base? Let's say somebody calls the phone number. What information does that AI agent need to have to give the caller the information they need? Well, what's amazing about this is you can create a knowledge base. I'll just call it a test knowledge base, right? And you can have it crawl any website. So I can go to web crawler right here, and I can add a website that I want to crawl. So like if it's about my company, right? mindandmarketing.com, extract the data. The tool is literally going out there and it's crawling all the pages about my company, all these pages. So if you think about that for a second, it's literally like Neo getting plugged into the Matrix, learning how to be a Kung Fu master, which normally takes 50 years, just by being plugged in a second. If I were to sit here and teach somebody all the specific information about my company, what's on my website and all the pages and all the blog articles and all that stuff, it would have taken forever. But I just have the tool going out there and crawling that. So what do you guys think about that? Is that a pretty quick value add? Now, think about that for the average business owner perspective. They don't even know this kind of stuff exists, first of all. They have people in their office, receptionists, assistants, salespeople that they have to train weeks, months. They give them videos, they give them PDFs, they give them in-person training, shadowing, all that stuff. You don't even need to do any of that anymore. So it starts out building your knowledge base with a web crawler, right? You can also add FAQs. So you can literally upload a list or add a list right here of just text, all your FAQ information. So whenever you get somebody that you sell a voice AI to, you can go to their website and go to their FAQ section if you're not crawling it, and you can just add all that information. The other thing you do is upload files. So for me and my company, like we have what are called standard operating procedures. You guys have standard operating procedures in what you guys do? Most actual businesses have standard operating procedures. And here's another for all you haters out there that think that I don't have this other business. This file right here, let's just look at account coordinator, AKA customer success, right? I have an entire course built for any new account coordinator that we hire. There's a course. This is how you do your job. This is how each process works. These are all of your KPIs. These are how you do all your calls. I can upload all this information directly into the voice agent, and it can learn all that stuff to be an account coordinator. Freaking crazy. So you build a knowledge base first, and then you go to voice AI, and you have your phone number, and you have your knowledge base, and now you want to create an agent. And you want to create a custom agent in HighLevel. Remember, you're getting 30 days free to HighLevel, guys. Plenty enough time to build your first agent. And I'm going to give you a hack to sell one of these too at the end of this, so stick with me. So you give the agent a name, my agent 636, business name, whatever you want. You can choose all these languages: German, Spanish, French, Portuguese, English. Sick. Voice, Jessica? I'm not hearing her. Hold on. Maybe it's loading. Time zone, and then you can choose, look, it's integrated with ChatGPT, right? 20 cents per minute. Agent's initial message. Hey, have you reached Hawaii Thrive? Hey, you've reached Hawaii Thrive. How can I help you? So you can change that. There's a bunch of advanced settings. I'm not going to do that. We've already been on this stream for freaking hours already. So now I have the knowledge base. I hook up the knowledge base. I just select test. When to use the knowledge base. Use this knowledge base if the user asks any questions about this. here's the details that you want to collect. So it's going to take a message, name, email, address. I collect all that information. If I want to change any of that stuff, I can do that. Once this has been completed, like you can also set this up to book a call, right? Booking an appointment, booking an activity. It can, like there's a calendar section on the left-hand side here. It can integrate with a calendar. That's why HighLevel is so awesome, you guys, because it's a suite of tools. You can do email marketing, you can build websites, you can build forms, you can build voice AIs, you can have calendars, you can send invoices, and they all integrate together. If you are a construction worker, you have a tool belt with a hammer and a chisel and a tape measure. If you are an AI marketer working with small businesses and trying to get subscription-based clients, you use HighLevel. This is your tool belt. I canceled like 10 tools once I started using HighLevel. So once somebody goes through this, they make the call, they reach the voice AI agent, we book that information, or the agent books that information, then it emails your client or you and lets you know that's there. How sick is that? You can test your agent right here, phone numbers. This is where you add your phone number. So if you would have bought a phone number, you just select it right here, and now that agent is hooked up. It's hooked up to that knowledge base, right? And I don't have this actually connected to a phone number, so I can't actually make the call. But that's basically pretty simple to do that, right? Somebody says in automatic, is HighLevel worth it at $97 a month? Well, if you use my link, you get 30 days free. And so let me show you how you can get HighLevel to pay for itself with one of these AI agents. So what you do is you do exactly as I said. You find somebody you want to work with, right? Go in your Facebook feed or your social media feed and you see a business, small local business, not too big, not too small, right in the middle, and say you want to, or a business that you already frequent, like somebody that you know, somebody in your phone that is a business owner is even better. Build them a knowledge base by crawling their website, hook it up to a voice AI agent, get a phone number for $1, take my 30-day of HighLevel, so this is going to cost you $1. 30 days free of HighLevel, a phone number for $1, crawl their business, build a knowledge base, hook it up to the phone number, and say, hey, Greg, business owner, I've been playing with AI. Have you heard of a voice AI agent? I built you one. Call this number to test it out. And when that guy calls the business and the AI agent answers it as like, hey, I'm from your company. How can I help you? And he says, what? He's going to first of all be shocked, ask it a question. When are you open? And it's going to have the office hours. What kind of services do you sell? And it tells him the entire product line. He's going to hang up the call and he's going to message you back and be like, holy shit, what kind of sorcery is this? I can actually use this to save time, make more money, and grow my team without actually hiring more people. How much does this cost? So that is how you close somebody with a voice AI agent. You just set it up in advance. Yeah, you're going to lose $1 if you don't get somebody. But what I recommend you do is you sell these for $500 to $1,000 setup, and then charge them $99 a month to manage, and then you can pay for HighLevel after the 30 days. You get 10 of these clients, you're making thousands of dollars, but you got to do the work. It's not just like push button, but I mean, it's step by step, right? You don't have to be a universal genius to make this work. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys get some value out of the voice AI agent strategy that I just gave you, the closing strategy that I just gave you? Do you see how if you create a voice AI agent and you hook it up to ChatGPT's ads when those come live, or a Google ad campaign or an SEO campaign for a business, that there's value there and you can sell those things? Somebody says, you stole my service project. It's all documented. What service project? Usman says, hater, I bookmark your video in do as he does instead of do as he says. I am impressed, but Common can't set up an SEO shop at this point. You know it. But Common can't set up. I don't know about that, Usman. Somebody said, what about Molt AI? That's not what this video is about. Can we put our own voice? I actually think you can put your own voice. So you just have to upload audio from 11 Labs. Let me look. I got a lot of tabs open. Let's save it. The voice. My voices, yes. You can upload a custom voice. Oh look, I already have my voice there. Why can't I get any audio? Maybe I should make a video specifically about voice AI agents. Somebody says, how many voice AI agents can we make? Nice? Unlimited. How do we need to buy a home? Why do we need to buy a number inside HighLevel? Can't we use the business number of our clients? Angelica, no, because your client's business phone number is managed by Verizon or AT&T or whatever. And so when you get a phone number here in this tool, you can do things like the management of it. You can hook it up to different things. And also the nice thing, like I said, I used to have 2 phones to run my business, but what I did was when I got HighLevel, I moved my phone number into it. So you can port your phone number into it. You can move it from Verizon or AT&T. And then when you actually have a number in here, then you can manage it. You can actually set up what's called call forwarding. So if somebody calls that number, you can have it set up to call your cell phone. And that's what I did. So I got rid of one cell phone. I just moved the management of that phone number here. And then now when people call it, it goes to my phone. And then when my team continued to grow, I was like, hey, I don't want to take any incoming existing customer calls. That's for customer success. Let's forward that to my customer success person's phone number. So now Noah takes all those calls. And then if I have my sales team, they get their own dedicated phone number. They make all their outbound calls with that dedicated phone number. If somebody calls them back, it forwards to their cell phone number so they can get those calls at any given point. So the phone number management piece is huge. I mean, like that, people pay hundreds, if not, I don't even know, a lot of money for that through like Twilio and other service providers. But again, you get that at, like HighLevel is hundreds of features that you can use to grow your business. Somebody says, is the Go HighLevel account you're giving an agency package? So if you join HighLevel through me, I have I give you what's called my snapshot. So I give you 30 days free to HighLevel, and I give you my snapshot here. So I give you a bunch of things that I have built into HighLevel already. So you get my new client onboarding workflow, you get my long-term nurture workflow, you get my done for you agency website, you get all this stuff. So if that's what you mean, is that like I'm giving an agency package? I'm giving you this plus 30 days plus access to the 4-part fast track training, which will guide you to use this to getting your first paying customer so you can keep HighLevel, hopefully. Somebody says, if you start from zero, what will be the thing that you deleted the message. Don't we have NVIDIA voice, open source? I think you can. Oh, and then the other thing is, so HighLevel does have tiers of their account. So HighLevel has this, so 30-day trial, and then it turns into $97 a month, and you get like three sub accounts. So each one of these, like this screen with all these tools is called a sub account. And I have one for my business, and then every time I get a client, I just create a new sub account, and then I get to use all these tools, and they get the dashboard. I just get to use it on their behalf. So you get 3 of them, which is all you need to get your first recurring paying customer, right? $99 a month. They have an upgraded plan for $299 a month, and it's unlimited. And if you guys want a 30-day trial to that one, I can give you that one. You can start out right out of the gate with that one. It's, let me get you a link to that. And then there's a $499 plan, which is the one where you can resell. You can resell HighLevel as like a reseller. So different plans for different stages for, whatever you want to do. Let me get you that link. Here you go. So this link that I'm putting in the chat for you guys right here, this one allows you, it looks the same as the other one, but when you go to sign up, you can choose if you want the upgraded ones, $299 or the $499 30-day trial. Yes, for 3 customers, you have 30 days free trial, but that's only for 3 sub accounts. You actually, in each sub account, you can build like unlimited websites. You can get as many phone numbers as you want. So you can use your own sub account to actually use the assets to get clients and stuff like that. You don't need to keep creating that. You can build as many AI agents as you want in one account. I have people that are following my strategies that they have one sub account and they just have websites for tons of clients in one account. So that would be a way to hack it if you're really on a shoestring budget. Usman says, if you are starting from zero, what will be the thing you set up first and what would you skip? A YouTube channel, an online course. Man, Usman, dude, what happened to you, bro? Like somebody messed you up. You watched somebody that like told you to do all kinds of crazy shit. You gave me 3 examples of things that I would do if I would do first. I would do none of those things first. None of those things, like the last thing I would do is start a YouTube channel or a course or an SEO shop. Who told you that stuff? It's like the person you've been listening to was a fake guru. You've been hurt before. I understand. Let me help you. Let me sit down. Let's step into my office. Look, if you are brand new and starting from zero, the most important thing that you can do right now is get a customer. Find somebody who could potentially pay you. Don't figure out how to start a YouTube channel. Don't start an SEO shop. Find somebody that has a problem and offer a solution. Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to have an SEO business to get paid. And I actually thought that way in the beginning. I did kind of think that way. Let me show you. Let me break out this diagram for you. So if you're brand new and you need to get started, the number one thing you need right now is probably money, right? The fastest way to get money is not to start a YouTube channel. That is not what you should do. You need to find somebody that has a problem that you can offer to solve for a fee. Now, let me give you an example, right? if I go to Google right now and I look for a pool cleaner, Hawaii, no, not Hawaii, because Hawaii's tough for pool cleaners, Arizona, and I go through the map section. This is just an example, okay, guys? Now stick with me here. I go to the map section. This is Google Maps. These are all the businesses in Arizona that are pool cleaners, and you can see each one of them have a icon here for a website, right? And I just keep scrolling. I 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 keep scrolling. Oh man, I have to go to page 2 because people on page 1 they have their shit together. If I keep scrolling, I'm gonna find somebody without the website icon available, which means Dano's Pool Service does not have a website. Okay? If he does not have a website, don't you think he might want one? Why doesn't he have one? Maybe he doesn't know how to build one. Maybe he doesn't know how to get one. Maybe he had one before and then it died. Maybe it's too expensive. The people that told him that he could get one from them priced him out. They were too expensive. Okay, if you are brand new, going back to your question, and you are on day one, here's why I wouldn't start a YouTube channel. Here's why I wouldn't start an e-com business. Here's why I wouldn't start all those other things you said. The fastest way to make a decent amount of money is finding somebody with a problem and offering to solve it for a fee. I can convince a small business in my area to pay me $500 to $1,000 for a website way faster than I can make $500 to $1,000 from YouTube ad traffic or drop shipping or building an e-commerce store. And you know how I can do that? I can just use a tool like HighLevel to build a website right now for them in advance and say, hey, I already built you a website. I know that this guy right here, Dano's Pool, he doesn't have a website, so he has a problem, right? No website. If I build the website, I solve that problem for him, and I offer that to him for a fee. I didn't start a business. I don't have an LLC. I don't have any of that shit. I don't have a team. I just watched a YouTube video from some dude in Hawaii who gave me a 30-day trial to this tool that allowed me to come here and build a website with 3 clicks, new website, from template, in almost any industry in just a few clicks. And then I reached out to Dano and I said, hey, I saw that you don't have a website. I already built you one. Normally I charge $3,000 for these, but I'm going to give it to you today for $500. You guys think you can do that? For all my brand new people here that are watching this, is that something that you like, is that barrier to actually doing this seem realistic? This works because the guy has a problem and you're solving it. And that's the whole point of a foot in the door strategy. That's what I give you in the 4-part fast track training. I give you 4 or 5 of these things. Somebody says, we don't start YouTube for money, but for eyes and attention. Okay, so Usman, my buddy, the reason you don't start out with a YouTube channel is because you probably don't have anything to sell. And if you do have things to sell, you spent so much time putting things together to sell. Like your attention thing, that comes later. You want to start generating cash flow as quickly as possible. And the reason you want to do that is because things change once you have a little money, right? Like if I told you right now, like, hey, you have $5,000 coming in every month, guaranteed. How does that change your decision-making process for all the things that you need to do? You are no longer now out there looking for guys like Dano that need websites because you already got $5,000 coming in to pay all your bills. So now you can focus on building a YouTube channel to scale your content and your attention. But first, you need to go out there and get some actual clients before you focus on doing that. You need to get some stability. And that comes with monthly cash flow. You guys get any value out of that? Somebody says, what app are you using? Ashanti Queen, what's up? I'm using HighLevel to build all this. I actually give everybody a 30-day free trial to use HighLevel. And it's in my 4-part fast track training. I put a link in the chat for anybody that's tuning in live, including you. So I'll put another one in the chat real quick for you, but I'll show you guys. So when you sign up for the fast track, again, it's going to offer you an option to take the VIP package for $27. You do not need it. I give you everything you need in the fast track for free. If you want the VIP, you can take it as additional training, but I give you everything you need to be successful in the free version. Once you sign up, you're going to get this page, 30-day trial to HighLevel. Sign up right there, 30 days. There's a link to join my community, the AI control room, which is also free, so you can get some ongoing support and training beyond this YouTube video. You're going to get started with the video on the fast track day 1 where I show you how to get clients. And then I give you your AI bonus and resource document, the one that I have been going over throughout the course of this video. So in this video, I have these resources that I talked about and all the bonuses. And I actually have an email template that I'm going to give you. For that exact example of the pool cleaner guy, here's an email template. I built this website for a different pool cleaner. I'm letting it go for $450. Hey, I was checking out businesses in this area. Notice you don't have a website. I get it. You're busy running your business. Building a website is a hassle, not to mention expensive. Here's the deal. I recently built a professional roofing website. Normally I sell these for $3,000. It's already done. I'm looking to liquidate it, $450. Here's a link to it. You send them the link. You know why this email template works? People say, does cold email work? It works if you're sending it to somebody who actually needs the thing that you're trying to sell. Cold email is tough to work if you're sending emails to 10,000 people and 9,999 of them all have websites. You could have just sent one email to the one person that doesn't have a website with an irresistible offer of a website that's already done for them, and then saved yourself a bunch of time. But people do this. They're like, oh, I'm going to build a list of 10,000 people, and I'm going to send, I sent 50,000 emails, and none of them worked. Cold email sucks. It's because you're doing it wrong. That's not the way cold email works. Let's see. Bruce Maroka, can you use a non-Verizon or AT&T phone number, basically a non-American number? Yeah. These numbers that you buy from, so you can buy these numbers directly in HighLevel. They're not Verizon or AT&T. I think it's like integrated to Twilio. Somebody says, been doing client work for a long time, run fast and far from this model. Durden. Sounds like you need some help building a customer success department, buddy. I've been doing client work for a long time too. Guess what? I don't actually do any of the client work myself. I've successfully built my business around systems and processes like this. See this? This is called an account coordinator course. This is how I do all the account management. I used to do it. Now I just give somebody else this course every time they join my company. Actually, how funny is this? In my company sub-account, Mind of Marketing, I go to the courses section because you can create courses in HighLevel. I don't know if you guys know that. You will see, or I will see, I will show you that I have all of my course training for my team, account coordinator training. So every time I hire somebody who is a customer success manager, this is what they get. I literally give them this training that I created based off of all my experience on how to be a customer success person. Welcome. Here's how to onboard a new client. Here are your daily tasks. Here's your account management and performance tracking. Here are your key performance indicators to know that you're doing a good job or a bad job. Here's how you do client monthly reporting. So when I see guys like Durden says, I've been doing client work for a long time, run fast and far small. To me, it's like, okay, yeah, look, dealing with people can suck. Totally agree. But it sounds like you're still doing parts of the business that drain you. This model is very easy to pull yourself out of those things. You just have to systematize it and pull yourself out of those things that drain you. So I would make the argument that it doesn't matter what you fucking do. You're going to find parts of that you don't like. I hate making content. I don't know anybody that likes making content, but I do it because I see that there's value in it. I like talking with people passionately about the things that I'm doing every single day. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. And you can systematize yourself out of the content too. Look at all my AI avatar videos that I make. Somebody says, get a sales job with that hustle and make 3 times the money. Until you get the police. What the hell's going on? I don't know. I must have missed some messages. Somebody's talking about police being called. Somebody says, rightly explained, I sold a website to a pharma store opening 24/7 and already got the order and 35% advance for the appointment. Good job. All right, you guys, I'm going to do a last round of questions. I put a lot of different information in this video for you. I hope you guys got some value out of it. I don't know how you wouldn't have. It's like packed. Somebody says you have the patience of a monk with his live chat. Ashanti says, what about the coding for websites? Is there more to building the app, admin, and hosting? No. So yeah. So this is why this tool is so great, Ashanti, is that there's no coding involved to build websites. And you can host like as many websites as you want directly in the tool. So the hosting comes with it. And so one of the foot in the door strategies that I share with people is to just, like in my company, we sell websites for anywhere from $3,500 to $10,000 for like custom websites. Sometimes people can't afford those, but they still want a website. So what do? We rent a website to them. We charge them $100 to $150 per month for their website. And we build the website in HighLevel. And since we get free hosting for the website, they're kind of just paying us for hosting, but they get a website. The benefit to them is they don't have to pay $3,000 up front. They just pay a lower fee and they pay us monthly. And I have probably 10 businesses paying $100 to $150 a month for a website rental. So yeah, you don't need a code to build these websites. I showed you, you can just build a template. You have the AI feature. If you wanted to build a custom website with their AI, you can just build with AI here. And then you can run through this prompt that helps you figure out, like, enter the name of website, Ashanti's pool cleaning business. I know you're not a pool cleaner, but Ashanti's, we'll just call it Ashanti's business. I'm not trying to talk smack. No shade on the pool cleaners out there. Let's say you're a health and fitness person. The goal of the website is to book appointments. Target audience is individual consumers. What are you offering? A free consultation. So then you see this prompt that I just put together. Create a landing page for Ashanti's business in the health and fitness niche, targeting individuals and consumers. The goal is to book appointments with offering a free consultation. Generating your website. You do not need to be a coder. You can see it all happening on the left-hand side here. It's AI is just making all this stuff happen right now behind the scenes. Search engine optimize as well. Creating the text, getting the images together. So if you don't want to use a template, you can just do that. And once this thing is live, you can actually see it on the link. Sorry, I've been on the stream way longer than I intended to. Just sacrificing all my priorities for you guys to hang out on this stream. How does it work with the website? What's the stack it runs on? If I wanted to be, I think they're, so this is a great question. Go HighLevel websites. So any question you have in using Go HighLevel, you just go to their support portal. And all of the features that I've shared with you guys, building websites, voice agents, sending emails, buying phone numbers. So it will cost over $1,000 a year for the website. You mean if you're buying HighLevel so you can build one website, it will be $99 a month. I really hope that you do more than just build the website with HighLevel. And I'll show you that in a second as soon as this ends. Because the thing is if you're going to buy a website, you're going to build a website, you're going to have to pay for hosting to somebody. Very cheap hosting is like $10, $20. Mid-range hosting is like $50. So you're going to pay that to somebody no matter what. But once you have the website, then what? Are you going to want to put lead capture forms on your website? That's another tool, right? Gravity Forms is $100 a year. Are you going to want to put a chat widget on your website? Intercom is like $99 a month. And so you're going to be building a list. So that means you're going to want a customer relationship management system, build a database of contacts, right? That's usually another $100 a month. Are you going to send emails to those people? Are you going to automate your social media content planning? So yes, $99 a month if you only use it to build one website and that's all you do, but you get all these other things. If you wanted to do all those other things, it's $99 a month, but you're probably saving a lot of money doing if you're taking advantage of all the other features. There's a lot of people asking questions, Jared. What's up, Jared? What's the question? Can I use my own image for the website? Trying to do my book website. Yeah, look. All right, Ashanti, this is your website. It's live. AI just built it for me. So you're going to change out the logo, but you have build a body you're proud of without burning out or guessing. AI just built this whole thing for you. Schedule my free consult. This is way better than any website that I could have ever built myself. I think it looks great. What do you think? FAQ, all that stuff. Now, all this stuff is click and drag. If you want to move it around, if you want to edit the text, You can change the colors. If you click on the images, you can upload. This is for you, Jared. You can upload any image you want from your computer. You can have AI make images for you and upload it. You can delete stuff. Somebody says, I meant using HighLevel to build a website for your clients. So, Ashanti, if you pay for HighLevel, that's all you need to pay for to build websites for your clients. Just one account. You can build multiple websites in one account for $99 a month. You're welcome. All right, you guys. Any final questions before we get out of here? If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe if you got some value out of this one. Like, subscribe to the channel. Sign up for the 4-part AI fast track training. Comment below. I'll send it over to you. You get 30 days free of HighLevel, as I mentioned, plus all the prompts and the other bonuses and the template. Yeah, I would charge $99 to the client for the year for a website. That's a great fee because think about it. Everybody's used to paying $50 a month for hosting. But not only are they getting their hosting included, they didn't have to pay for the build. So all you're doing is you say, yes, I'll build you this website. It's $99 a month. And so that includes the build, the design, the hosting, the security. That's all included. And they're like, and you just pay that forever until you want your website up. If you stop paying me, I'm going to turn it off. So that's why I like those clients, because the handful of people that I have, it's like they never want their website to go off, and it's a small fee. They never cancel it because it is like what they pay for hosting. I appreciate all the feedback, you guys. If you haven't already, join the AI Control Room too. This is my free group that I'm starting up. I just started up. There's a bunch of really cool things that are about to go live in here. Link is in the description of this video. And with that, you guys, enjoy your Aloha Friday. Am I still affiliated with Offline Sharks? Yes, I am affiliated with Offline Sharks. We just had an announcement at Offline Sharks the other day, though. The software tool that we developed, Smart Directory AI, is like big enough to be its own thing now. It's $1 million company, so we're separating that out of Offline Sharks. And the things that I am focused on, agency, AI, monetizing, OpenAI ads, everything that's happening within Mind of Marketing, the training, the strategy, all that stuff, my YouTube channel, I'm just focusing that content now in the AI Control Room. So that's it. All right. I appreciate you all. See you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the weekend. Aloha.